I actually wasn't even going to make this video because I didn't think it was that interesting, but you know, I watched it and I thought I could give a little bit of a social video game commentary on it. So people were asking what I thought about the new Gogeta trailer, and I didn't think it was that interesting because you didn't really see anything new, unlike what people said. But let's look at it real quick. And like I said, because I have a little bit of a social video game commentary, at least about the video game Dragon Ball FighterZ. And how the fuck am I going to steal? You know, you black people, why the fuck does the community support someone that goes around and makes up lies about people to get their YouTube popular? I don't know, dude. That's fucked up, but Peggy 12. I mean, was there anything really interesting in this video? I didn't really think there was too much. If you watch my other videos, what I think, again, I'll just comment on a few things. You know, the ultimate battle fuck my shit moves, right? You know, there, I know people are like, oh, his hard, it can knock down. It's like, you didn't think his hard was going to be able to knock down? Like, what? Why wouldn't it be able to knock down? So I don't know why people are talking about that. Like, why wouldn't his hard be able to knock down, dude? Like, whatever, dude, but oh yeah, I should whisper, you know. And like I said, for right here, what I don't get still, dude. Okay, he does hard to smash, right? But that wastes a smash already, right? Why doesn't he just beam? Unless you can't homing dash out of the beam, which he supposedly can't, right? But why not just beam, then homing dash? Then you can save your smash till later, right? Anyway. I do want to show this. I know people are like, oh, he can do his knee in the air to knock down for a sliding knockdown. Like, why wouldn't he be able to? That seems obvious to me. But what I do want to talk about, since I was talking about stuff like tiger knee loops and stuff like this does have me worried because, you know, when I was talking about potential tiger knee loops or whatever the fuck the move is called, I don't know. Um, we saw, if this is correct, this frame stepping thing, you know, linking off of the knee. But look at the knee right here in the air. Maybe the knee version doesn't have it. Like, just look at the blue. Look at the blue streak. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Look, it's already gone. Is it gone because he's canceling into a knee? Like, or does the air version actually not hit for as many frames? Because if it only hits for like 3 frames, maybe he won't be able to link off the air version, which is, you know, one of the ideas of how I would say the Gallic gun loop. Like maybe he'll only be able to do it on the ground. Or like I feared, maybe he actually has been fiddled with before a little bit. I don't know, right? But anyway, this seemed obvious, right? He can do this, right? So then we finally get to see this super. My opinion on the super, if you care. I think the move looks cool in video games. I think the move looked cool in the movie. I think it just looks okay in this, right? You know, it's a cool move. I think it just looks okay, personally. I know. I guess beggars. I don't know if I should say beggars can't be choosy. The dude has so much fucking much. Like I said, it looks cool, but I wouldn't have minded the move actually being like, you know, kind of how in the movie or the other games he kind of spazzes out. I wouldn't have minded like another second of laser beams or a second of him spazzing out. But hey, you know what I mean? He's got more shit than anyone else, so it's pretty cool, right? But I do want to talk about a game theory thing that I want to talk about this game is he has so many fucking moves. Like it kind of shows that potentially it's kind of like, well, when a character has too many moves, it can almost be bad, right? And I want to talk about more of the game theory in a second, but because it's like, okay, well, if he has that super in the air, like, okay, what is the purpose of this move? Like, I'm wondering, like, what is the damage like, right? Because since so many of his supers are cinematic anyway, like, okay, so it's another cinematic super, right? So in that situation, if you had a level 1, couldn't he have just done Big Bang Kamehameha, or done this super, or done the Rapid Fireball super? I mean, they're kind of like cinematic supers besides the Big Bang Kamehameha. And to get into something I want to talk about the game actually, I actually personally think it would have been cool if we're to think about how most of his supers are cinematic supers, right? And generally when a super is like cinematic, you can't really, you know, if you think about say 17, is it 17? Whatever he is, you know, you can't really like DHC out of it properly. Or if you try to DHC out of Vegeto's super, the punch super, when it's already hitting and it goes into the animation, you can't DHC out of it exactly, right? It either does one thing or it will miss a hit if you do it too early, right? So I actually think if they ever update this game, right? I actually think it would be cool if we're going with the idea that Gogeta has so many cinematic supers of get Pikachu's beautiful face in here. Let's compare him to Vegito, right? Now it doesn't work in this version of the game, or it does, but it does no damage. But you know before when they had certain supers and characters, wow, it looks like he has a little vagina right there. Look at that. Why does he have a vagina? What the fuck? He's got a little vagina. Okay, can't give him two dicks, I guess, right? Because that would be weird. But if we're to think about like team synergy and how they got rid of it in this patch or whatever, right? You know, say like so Vegito's super, you know, hey, you can DHC out of it easy. Some supers were very easy to DHC out of, right? What if in the next patch they put that kind of stuff back in, and then Gogeta's kind of a character that since so many of his supers are cinematic supers, maybe Gogeta has very bad team synergy, right? Do you get what I'm saying? So it actually make him kind of interesting because he already has like level 1 to level 1 and all this kind of other stuff. So what if that's kind of like Gogeta's idea, right? He has all these supers that he can do all over the place, but since they're cinematic, he has very bad potential DHC synergy. Like I would love to see them put back, say, Piccolo's Hell Zone grenade. Remember in the beta version of the game when he did Hell Zone grenade and it didn't even go away when you tagged in the next guy? I would love to see certain characters have extreme synergy like that, right? But maybe Gogeta, since he has so many fucking moves, maybe that's Gogeta's weakness. Like he can't take advantage of the team dynamic in terms of supers. But when he's by himself, you know, he has potentially really strong supers, right? But since, you know, there's so many cinematic supers tend to not be as good for DHCing out of, right? Do you get what I'm saying? So I actually think that would be kind of cool. Doesn't matter in this game because they fucking butt raped synergy, right? But if they put synergy back in the next game, I think that would be kind of cool. If like Gogeta's just a character, like man, he's a beast even by himself, but he doesn't excel in terms of DHC synergy because his supers are cinematics, right? Anyway, again, hopefully you get what I'm saying, right? People are impressed by this, but like I said, didn't I say that seems obvious that he should be able to do that, right? So I don't know about that, right? Maybe I'll be able to leak out of it, right? I said, now here's something too. This is what I was saying, right? Look at his position in the corner, right? And this is what I talked about, okay? So I said if we looked at the frame data of this move, supposedly it was plus 16, right? Look how close he is to the character, right? So he kind of moves like it looks like since this is a cinematic super as well, it looks like he goes back a fixed distance, right? Do you see how he gets pushed back all the way across the screen? So that's why I was saying I wonder if it has such a big advantage that because you know it looked like I said, if he was close with this move, I was like, man, he might be able to just jump up and jab for a link, right? But look where it hits, right? He's still there. He's in the corner. Look at that space. That's only like maybe half screen away. But then look at this. Now he's like full screen away almost when he does it, right? So I wonder if maybe he will only be able to do like vanish stuff off of it instead of just like jump jab because look how far away it was. Even though he's full screen now, but when it started, he was pretty much almost up in the character's jump, right? So that's what I was worried about. That since it's a cinematic super, I wonder if he gets pushed far away automatically. So even though he's at such a big advantage, it won't matter. So technically, again, if the frame data stays the same, he should still be able to link other stuff off of, but it looks like maybe just a jump jab, he's not going to be in range, which is kind of sad. But again, I guess you'll have some weird vanish combos like I originally showed off before. So anyway, there's that, I guess. DP, I mean, I thought it was a DP anyway, right? I don't know why people were surprised about that. There he does the beam, and like I said, I was wondering if he can Kamehameha to Galagun, and he can. So again, I still think, you know what, in the corner or whatever, dude, maybe, you know, Kamehameha, down Gallic gun. Then maybe homing dash, medium, you get back down to the ground. Kamehameha, boom, 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 boom. Seems very easy. Or, you know, if you're very close, like I said, with the Gallic gun, if the knee does give you the advantage off the air one, do the knee, right? Or homing, you know. So that seems pretty easy. Like homing dash off that, right? Like from that distance, the knee would probably not work if it doesn't go, you know, it looked like it only goes for a little bit in this, but we can't tell. But who knows? Maybe they did turn that down already a little bit already. Again, that seemed pretty obvious to me. People are like, "Oh, he could get knocked down anywhere." It's like, isn't that obvious? Like that's already like I never was even worried about him getting a knockdown. I'm like a step ahead, dude. So an interesting thing there too. You saw he bounces kind of high, right? Look where he bounces. Let's say he's on the ground there, but even say these new cell barrel. Well, it's not new. I guess I originally showed it maybe like 6 months ago or something, right? Maybe you'll be able to time that to hit later distance to like link off that. You know what I mean? Anyway, I don't know if anything was really ever shown in this. A lot of this stuff is all very easy, all stuff I've already talked about before. But I think I talked about the only things that were like different, right? So those were the main things I touched upon that I noticed. You know, what I mean, almost everything is pretty obvious. It just confirms that you can beam to beam, which we kind of thought you would be able to. Now we'll have to see if you can beam to hard or beam knee, link off a knee, homing dash. I'm really interested in beams if they're not homing dash, or if the opponent can't even homing dash out of it either. Like I said, it does look like the super. Since it's a cinematic super, you do automatically get pushed far away. So it looks like you'll probably only be able to vanish off of it. Which kind of sucks. But who knows? Maybe, I guess, to be weird, instead of doing the big or the rainbow ball, you could probably do a big bang Kamehameha. It would do less damage, but switch it up. If we're just talking about a combo video, just trying to make things fun for you guys to watch. So anyway, like I said, not really much interesting to show here compared to what I showed before. Pikachu, wave goodbye. Hey, Pikachu does have a Patreon too. If you want to donate to him, he is on disability. He has 2 fingers. Most Pikachus are born with 3 fingers. He was born with 2. You could donate to his Patreon. Thank you. Goodbye.